This is a Headgum podcast.
Wherever you'd like. And okay, you got water.
Yes, sir.
Do you want anything, David? Yeah. Can I get a cold brew with whatever milk or milk?
Any milk?
Type? Any milk is fine. Yes, thanks. That's good. And I'm going to throw this in the fridge.
Chris, may I have one of those too?
You want cold brew too?
Yeah, that'd be sick. Thank you very much.
It's $5. I'll get the little.
Yeah, I got you. Thanks, man.
Okay, I didn't expect you to be here so quickly.
Oh, I'm
punctual.
Yeah, I got a flight later, so I'm trying to.
Oh, okay. Sure. Do you have a hard out?
No, I'm good. My flight's at 7, but my whole timeline is compressed.
Yeah.
You know.
Where are you going?
LA.
Okay.
My wife's friend is getting married on Friday, so we just lined up I lined up a few stand-up shows before.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Is it a good friend?
It's one of her good friends, yeah.
How about you?
Oh, no, I barely know her.
And so you have to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
do you know anybody who's going to be there?
No, just my wife. I think we'll have a few. I know like a few friends in passing.
Yeah.
But no one crazy. But it'll be a few hours, so I'm not too.
Where are they getting married?
Downtown LA somewhere.
Oh, the Union Station. I've been to 2 weddings there.
No idea where it is.
The train station does like private events and stuff, and I've been to a couple weddings. It's nice.
Yeah. I'm looking. I mean, we're gonna be there for a few days and hanging out with some friends beforehand. And I got a bunch of shows lined up, so it'll be a quick time.
And there's also there's a ton of like homeless encampments downtown too, like especially in like the toy district.
Yeah,
so if you want to, it's like check them out. Maybe do some drop-in sets. You know.
You ever nodded off? Yeah, I have one of those lined up too.
Okay, let me put my phone on my buzz.
Are you still friends with Shanali Bowick by any chance?
Yeah, you know Shanali?
Of course. It's I feel like she's the secret handshake in comedy.
Oh, she's very well connected. Yeah, I'm very good friends with her and Jasper, and Do you go? How far back do you go with her?
She's probably one of the first. She is the reason I got my first paid comedy gig.
No kidding.
You know Marcellus?
Yep.
So thank you for having me. Marcellus, I was doing this open mic.
So wait, I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you from New York?
I'm from Jersey.
From Jersey, okay.
Yeah.
Tri-state area.
Yeah.
Counts.
Parsippany, like 40 minutes out, 45 minutes
Parsippany has a great cheapy furniture warehouse type place.
Oh, really?
Right, off of whatever that is.
46?
Yeah, I guess. And then...
What's it called?
I don't remember, but they have... it's like a step above Home Goods.
Uh-huh.
So, but they have like really big area rugs that are literally 90% less than like a fancy big rug, but they look fancy. And
no idea.
Yeah.
But I'll have to see.
Parsippany has a lot of hidden treasures.
We go back. I mean, I'm an OG Parsippany head. Like we were there before all the other Indians moved in. Like I think my parents moved there 83 maybe. And so they've been there forever.
Well, not that long.
Not that long, but
not forever.
Not the 50s or whatever. But like among the first Indian people to be there, which is a cool little feather in our cap.
So I'm sorry I interrupted you. So you know Marcellus?
Yes, I was doing an open mic. You know, like lounge, Karma Lounge or whatever. I think it's gone now. But downstairs, they used to have this open mic, and it would be music, poetry, comedy, all that kind of stuff. And I went on a whim, and I did like these really stupid jokes about carrots, and I don't know. It was like one of these. I had really prided myself on writing like a very circular joke. About carrots and mashed potatoes and all this stuff. And as I was leaving, after I think I did well. But as I was leaving, this guy taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey man, you're really funny." I was like, "Okay, thank you." He's like, "Here's my card. My friend runs a show." And this is when Shanali and Chelsea and Heather and Andrea ran Variety Shack.
Yeah.
And he was like, "My friend runs a show." I was like, "Okay." And I took his card and I messaged him. He linked me with Shanali. Shanali came to see me at a bar.
So this must have been a while back because they haven't done Variety Shack
this was probably
a decade.
12 years ago.
Yeah.
12, 13 years ago.
Okay.
And I did Shanali. Shanali saw me at this open mic at the Duplex. And then she was like, "You're really funny." And she booked me on Variety Shack. From Variety Shack, I did Bobby Tisdale's show underneath the bookstore in Greenpoint. And that was my first paid gig. Shanali and I became very fast friends. I might have seen you did you go to her wedding in New Orleans?
I did.
Yeah. So I likely saw you there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, if we were both at the same wedding.
Yeah. Where I was on the streets and we were.
It was great.
It was a great time. But yeah, so I know Shanali forever.
So did you know her? Her dad passed away recently, but did you know her folks?
Yeah.
Because they're awesome.
I met them both. Shanali's mom will text me at least once or twice a year, checking in. And whenever I go to Nashville, I make sure that she comes to the shows.
Oh man, that's great. Yeah, she's great.
Awesome. And Lily uncle was also like the nicest guy.
Oh, the best. I mean, you can see where Shanali gets her like
her whole
unquenchable. That's not the right word. You can't unextinguishable spirit.
Yeah.
You know. Because so she was in a band called Ultra Baby Fat in Atlanta. I know her from Atlanta going way, 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 way back. Yeah. And when I first went out on the road, I had them open up for me, the band, and we would do music venues. And it was just, they'd play for 45 minutes and I'd go as long as I could till I had to pee. And then I'd, so, I mean, I go way, way back.
Yeah, I remember her telling me that you guys met in Atlanta and then she would be opening and on the road. And then I forget how she landed in New York. Maybe it was her law job that kind of brought her here.
I think it's a, you just gravitate. Some people in this business gravitate towards New York. You know, especially from Atlanta. And she had a bunch of friends here and stuff. And I think her relationship had just ended with Ronnie. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, we crossed paths and now I just texted her the other day because she sent her new album, One Machine at a Time, like the songbook and all that kind of stuff to our house with a little gift for my kids. So I just texted her the other day.
And how many kids do you have?
Just one.
Just one. How old?
5 months.
Oh, brand new.
Yeah. She's.
And so you're leaving to LA.
Well, but she's coming.
Okay, that's not a good idea.
we already flew to San Antonio when she was like 3 months old, and that was I think of it as it wasn't that bad, but my wife was like it was a disaster. But like I feel like I have a good sense of time. From just being on stage all the time and like knowing what 20 minutes feels like and what 30 for whatever.
Oh, that's a good skill.
Yeah, and it felt like she was crying forever, but in my internal clock, it felt like it was an aggregate of like 20 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but
you are so. There's not a lot you can do, and you know that there is at least one person, and you're going, fuck those people, but you still feel like there's somebody going, God, shut that baby up. You know?
Yeah. But luckily everyone around us was super nice.
They should be. And, we were all that kid once. And it's a tough situation. The parents, there's not a whole lot you can do.
Yeah.
Especially at 3 months, 5 months.
Yeah. 3 months, she was like a bit crazy. Now she's a lot calmer.
She settled down.
Yeah, she settled down a bit. Plus, we're also flying like right around her bedtime. And we're going to get to the airport super early. And hopefully she's like close to being asleep by the time we get on the plane. Bottle, fall asleep on my wife. And then we'll be all right, I hope.
Sometimes you got to deal with that your internal ear pressure thing.
Yeah. We'll give her the bottle so she can chew on it and put the little muffs on, hopefully.
And a little dribble of whiskey.
Yeah, of course.
It'll keep her out.
One of red wine.
Not too much. Yeah. You don't want to go red wine. That's not.
No.
Gotta
get hungover.
Well, it's just there's too much sugar in it, So you want to go whiskey, tequila. Are you watching her weight?
Yeah.
I'm sure she's not getting too
chunky.
Yeah. So then maybe tequila.
Okay, good to know.
And just you're gonna have to find out prior to traveling if she's Blanco, Reposada,
No, she's probably fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a fancy girl.
What style she likes. I don't like the smoky tequila. And my wife loves, Lafroy, whiskey and peaty, smoky stuff.
Yeah.
And I like the Blanco. I like the smooth.
So not a vodka for the baby.
I mean,
you want them to feel something.
I mean, I just culturally would rather her have tequila than vodka. That's just and not for my kid, for your kid. And is your wife Indian?
No.
Okay, so half
Indian, half white.
Okay, so maybe is there an Indian liqueur, like a hard liquor?
We're on the come up in the whiskey scene.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
No. Why not?
Because that's already been established.
And we're also coming up. There's a lot of Indian gins.
Okay, well, that makes sense. The English came out. Right.
So there's like colonial gin. There's British Raj gin. I don't like any of that.
Colonial gin?
Yeah, it's really bad.
They didn't. Was slavery gin already taken?
Yeah. The
colonial gin.
British Raj gin is the one that bothers me the most. It's like, why would you name, like, this is not a good name for your gin. Like, this is not something to be proud of.
Vichy government gin.
Yeah, it's stupid. Sellout gin.
Yeah.
But so maybe we'll give her some gin.
All right. Yeah.
Get her
well, it's gin's that was the first hard liquor that I started drinking when I was a teenager. Only because I was way into The Who, and The Who had a couple songs where they mentioned gin. They would drink gin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I drank gin.
My first was Johnny Walker Black, because my dad would drink it, but he would have a little pint in the garage because my mom did not allow him to bring it into the house. So if we saw Dad go to the garage before bed or after dinner or whatever it was, we know what he was doing. And
did your mom know what he was doing?
Well, I mean, it was not like a secret.
He couldn't bring the liquor. He could drink and then enter. Like he could transport the liquor in his stomach.
Yes,
but he couldn't transport it in a glass.
Yeah,
bottle.
There was no liquor cabinet or anything like that. It was no place. Oh, we drink. We're gonna have alcohol in the house. It was you keep your vices in the garage.
So was it a strict household?
It wasn't strict in the sense of like I wasn't allowed to play or no grounding or anything like that. But when it came to alcohol, it was keep it in the garage. And I mean, granted, I was 9 years old when I became like cognizant of alcohol being a thing, but it wasn't until high school that I was like, I want to try that. And it was.
How did it go down?
We had Johnny Walker. My parents left the house, and
wait, do you have siblings?
I have a younger sister.
Okay,
she's 4 years younger. The better person by far. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna take some whiskey, and I bought orange juice.
Whiskey orange juice, sure.
So I had Johnny Walker Black in a glass bottle of orange juice, and I poured it in. And
how much did you have any idea of the proportion?
No, it wasn't like half and half or anything. It was probably like just this much whiskey,
a little bit,
enough to like smell and taste, but not enough to get you completely blacked out or anything like that. But I brought it to school.
How old are you?
I'm probably a freshman or sophomore in high school. So whatever that is, 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
And I brought it to school, and I took like one little sip, and I was like, ugh. And I also chickened out. I was like, I don't want to be drunk before class.
Right.
I gave it to a friend of mine. My friend drank it. He had a great day.
He had a great day.
Yeah, but I'm sure.
Where is he now, though? In the toy district in LA.
He's doing okay. I hope he's doing all right. But that's a fond memory for me because I remember being like, oh, I'm going to sneak some whiskey. And like, what an awful thing to do to taint Johnny Walker Black with orange juice. Like that's you're not supposed to, whiskey and orange juice not supposed to mix together, but Johnny Walker Black is like of the regular drinking whiskey is like a slightly higher end version of it. I'm taking my dad's stash. And
Did your dad notice at all?
If they noticed, they didn't say anything.
Okay. They would have said something.
I feel like they would have said something.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just not remembering that they said something like, where is the whiskey? But also, like, if my dad was going to say something to me, it would probably be implying that it would be bad because then my mom would be like, if you didn't have whiskey in the house, this would have never happened. Right. So my dad was probably like, I don't want to piss her off, like no harm, no foul situation kind of thing. And I only took it once, so it's not like it was a consistent pattern of stealing whiskey.
And then what was your next drink? And when was your next drink?
Probably my senior year. I was like super straight edge, like almost annoyingly straight edge in high school because like my cousins and friends were all drinking and getting high and all that. And I was like, no, I'm going to be a nerd and study and all that kind of stuff. But once I got into college, my senior year, then I started partying. And I think one of the first drinks I had was...
Wait, I'm sorry. Senior year in high school because you had already been accepted to college.
Exactly. My senior year in high school, once I got accepted into college, I was like, all right, now I can party. Yeah. And I think I took Corona and a shot of Bacardi. And you would put the shot of Bacardi into the Corona. Ew. And then flip it and then drink it.
That doesn't sound good.
It was awesome. I got so drunk a lot of times.
There's other ways to get drunk. I mean, that's not...
Listen, I don't, this is all my Rutgers University cousins. I went to NYU, but that's how we would drink before we go to like Indian parties. Those are great, fun times.
Can you walk me through a typical Indian party? So as everybody probably knows, because I won't shut up about it, I grew up really poor. I had no money, and I mean no money. And then when I did get a little bit of money at my bar mitzvah, my dad took it all. But to be fair, he did pay me back when I was 19, sort of, when I needed it for something else. Anyway, I've talked about this in my stand-up about how I resent my daughter because she's rich. And it's important to me. Money, your relationships with money, one's relationship with money, my relationship with money, her relationship with money is important. And so I want to talk to you about Acorns Early, which is a smart money app and debit card for kids that helps them learn the value of money. Acorns Early's chores tracker helps kids learn the value of $1. You just set up the chores in the app, set a payment amount, and tick the chores off when it's done. Acorns Early lets parents pay allowances automatically. Kids can spend what they earn with their very own debit card. And this helps them learn a sense of independence, and you get, customizable card designs, whatever. But simple parental controls deliver, peace of mind for the parents. And you can get real-time notifications when your kids spend, set your kids' spending limits, and instantly block lost or stolen cards. How much money are you giving these kids? You gotta block a card. Okay. Head to acornsearly.com/senses or download the Acorns Early app to help your kids grow their money skills today. It is so important. I am telling you, what you invest now in their financial, literary skills is just going to pay off, I promise. Acorns Early Card is issued by Community Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC, pursuant to license by MasterCard International. There we go. T&Cs apply. Monthly subscription fee starting from $5 per month unless canceled. Let me repeat that again. Monthly subscription fee starting from $5 per month unless you cancel it. Do you want to cancel? You got to be proactive and cancel it. All right. Acorns Early.
Typical Indian party. All right. We're at Rutgers, New Brunswick, Club Platinum. It's a Friday or Saturday. That's the name of the club. It's Friday.
A cut above Club Gold.
Gold
a step behind Club Diamond. But,
Club Platinum on Church Street the intersection of Church and I forget the actual street it's on. It would be a Friday or Saturday night, depending on what when 5 Star Entertainment. That was the name of the party promoter. Don Raj was the name of
I love it's every trite Club Platinum 5-Star Entertainment.
Don Raj. Don't forget Don Raj.
Don Raj.
He was a party promoter. It would be like we would pregame from like 10 to 11 o'clock on Easton Avenue at my cousin's apartment.
Oh, this is a late night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're not out until 11.
Yeah, okay.
You're not hitting the club till 11.
Yeah, we're getting toasted first because drinks are expensive and they're likely not to. We all had fake IDs. When I was 18, I was 26. I had all my cousins' passbacks. And the bouncers did not care at all. Like, yeah, sure, you're 28, whatever the hell it is. We would pull up 11 o'clock. You've never seen so many Camrys and Honda Accords. Like every Indian person in the tri-state area is coming. And we try to cut the line because the line would be stupid. We'd all be in express shirts. Like, the whole like rainbow was represented. We would have we'd have a bottle of Curve cologne in the car. We'd all wear the Curve. This is all fact. And we would pull up, and my cousin Uncle would likely know one of the promoters. It'd be 4 or 5 of us, and we'd see what the stamp was to let you back in. If you like went out to smoke a cigarette, we see what that was.
Is this in the licking days of transfer?
Exactly, licking days. So one of us would go in, get the stamp, come back out, and we'd all.
Everyone, I can't believe. I mean, this is like universal that they haven't figured out. I guess they have now. I don't know. I haven't been to a club in I don't think ever, but I've been to plenty of the things where you just get the. You were in Jersey and I was in Atlanta. It was the same thing everywhere. In Saskatchewan, they do it.
One enterprising guy licked the wrist. And somehow that spread like wildfire. Yeah. You could save $7 if you just lick your cousin's wrist and put it on. So we would do that.
Wait, you don't have to lick their wrist.
I misspoke. So we get in and we would try to look cool. Like try to eye down all the other 19-year-olds posing as 25-year-olds. Go straight to the bar, and then things would get hazy. We'd see like what girls were dancing, who was looking at who. Try to talk to girls. Most of the time, just end up sloppy as hell. I remember one party. It was Kevin Little was singing, was like performing. Kevin Little was. Who's Kevin Little?
Chris? Who's Kevin Little?
Was it
Turn Me On?
Turn Me On? Yeah. You know the song?
Yeah. Great.
How old are you?
36.
Okay, so yeah, same right around the same age. But that was like, I wouldn't classify it as dance hall.
It's like
soft dance hall music, but it was like the song that summer. And I remember going to that party, and that was one party where I kind of like blacked out because I think we had gotten a table, or like somehow we're in like the VIP area.
Bottle service.
Definitely not like bottle service, but we had somehow finagled our way into like the quote unquote VIP section near Kevin Little. We thought we were so fucking cool. I got blacked out at that event for sure. And then it'd be like 2 or 3 o'clock. We all leave.
Was there a place you all ate afterwards?
Yeah, we go to Jimmy's. Jimmy's on Easton Avenue. They had fat sandwiches. It's now closed, but this was in the grease truck days. Grease trucks were just a set of trucks that served like ridiculous combinations of food within 2 pieces of bread. But Jimmy's was like a sit down not sit down, but you could sit there. It was like maybe 6-10 tables.
So it's like a food truck, but it's got seating outside, or
those are the grease trucks.
Okay,
but
I've never heard that term before.
You never heard grease trucks? No. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if they still exist near Rutgers, but it was a Rutgers thing. It was written up in a bunch of.
But wait, so just to be clear, like, are we talking about food trucks that we know of today, like a
big ass food truck?
But you call them grease trucks.
Yeah, but it would be in a giant parking lot.
Yeah,
like
with other.
4 or 5 of them. But Jimmy's had a storefront, so you could go in and there'd be a line and all that. But we went there enough times to be like, "Yo, Jimmy," and hopefully cut a little bit. But it would be I would get the fat mouth. The fat mouth was chicken fingers, jalapeno poppers, French fries, lettuce, tomato, onions because you need a vegetable, mozzarella sticks, mayo, lettuce
in a sandwich.
In a sandwich. And when you're drunk, and Kevin Little's blaring in your head, like there's nothing better than a fat mouth.
That sounds disgusting.
It was so good. Honest, I went back on I'd performed
I mean, I would take the tomato out. Then I'd eat it. Then it'd be delightful.
That's so bad for your kidneys. When I was in New Brunswick. I did Stress Factory in New Brunswick in December. And Jimmy's is closed, but they still have places that sell fat sandwiches. I ordered a fat mouth type to the green room, and man, it brought me back. It was so good. It was so good, man. It was so good. I don't know how I used to eat a whole one of those. I took like 2 bites, like that's enough. But man, what a sandwich!
Man, well, if we're going to talk sandwiches, there's have you ever played New Orleans?
Yes, sir, twice.
Okay. So in I think it's northwest part of the French Quarter, like as you're leaving the French Quarter, there's a place called Verdi Mart.
Verdi?
Yeah, Verdi. Like green and whatever language.
Yeah.
Verdi Mart. And it's just it's a tiny bodega type place. You go to the back and they make these sandwiches. And the po' boys are great. And the standard stuff, it's all great. But they have a sandwich called All That Jazz. And I will get that delivered to the green room, and I will order extras and take it back on the plane with me, even if I've got carry-on and it's just stinking the whole thing up. But it is the best sandwich I've ever had.
What's in it?
I don't know. It's like, meats and egg and cheese and sauce and all kinds of shit. And I sadly don't know, but it's like the best bite of it. It's just a perfect sandwich.
I'll have to go.
All That Jazz at Verdi Mart.
Verdi Mart.
Yeah. French Quarter. And then, but in Boston, when I was doing the equivalent at the same age of what you were doing, there was a place, I don't know if it's there anymore in Cambridge, a Mass Ave, called Hi-Fi Pizza. Okay. And they had subs, and they had something called the Meat Bomb. And it was every fucking meat they had. Everything. So it was that they put on pizzas, right? So it's bacon, pepperoni, sausage, meatballs, whatever shit they had, and then with cheese, and they would just give it to you. And 19-year-old drunken, you would be like, this is great sausage, but crumbly sausage and link sausage and hot dog, just everything. The Meat Bomb, all
the shit that they couldn't sell on the pizzas,
I guess. And it was expensive too. I mean, in a comparative sense, but so you'd eat half and then save half, and then cut that half in half. So you'd have to try to get 3 meals out of it.
I find it amazing how sandwiches have such a grip on so many people, in the sense of like, there's meals I don't remember having, but like I still remember the sandwich I would eat every Thursday after high school at Bangiola's on Littleton Road that was attached to the gas station because Mr. Kim made it. Like to this day, I've never had a turkey sandwich that tasted that good. I don't know what he was doing. Sesame roll, sesame hero.
Yeah, when you get a sandwich right, it's great.
It's perfect.
And how many times have you had like the comparable, like a Godmother, which is all the Italian cold cuts and I think some cheese, and then lettuce, tomato, shredded lettuce, tomato, oil and vinegar. It's like the standard. Yeah. They have the Godfather and the Godmother, and they're all over. You can. It's not like a regional thing. And then, like the best one I've ever had is at Bay City's Deli in Los Angeles, and then you go to get the same thing, and it'll be called the same thing, and it's just not even close to as good. Yeah. And so you remember those sandwiches. I can tell you the best grilled cheese sandwich I've ever had in my life, and I doubt anything will ever come close.
Where
and
is
it's in Burough Market in London, which is this old, hundreds years old, with food stalls and all kinds of stuff. And there's this place that it only does two things. It does raclette. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's like it's where you take this big block of this specific, I think it's a Swiss type of cheese, not Swiss cheese, but I think it's made anyway. And it's on this kind of, it's like a loaf of bread shape.
I know what you're talking about. Okay.
And then it's like on this press, and then it heats up, and you scrape it off onto potatoes. Okay, so they have that, and then they have this. The only other thing they do is like this toasty. It's on, everything's artisanal, and this bread comes from this baker down the street, and this cheese is made by our, dairy farm, and it's just a simple grilled cheese sandwich. It's insane.
It's called what's it?
I don't know, but I'll look it up.
I'm going to London in June, so I'll have to go.
You have to go to Burough Market.
Burough Market, okay.
And they have it's hard to go wrong there, but I will give you the name of this, and you'll see a big line,
okay,
because you can't go in. It's literally that's the size of two of these chairs put together, and maybe
those are the best spots,
8 feet deep, maybe, and there'll be a big line. They'll give you a little ticket. You either got the raclette or the sandwich, and it's one of the very few things I will wait in line for. I'll wait in line for Franklin's Barbecue in Austin.
In Austin, yeah.
And I will wait in line for that grilled cheese sandwich.
Okay, I'll have to go.
It's great. And have you been to London before?
I've been to London a few times. Yeah. The one place I always go to in London is Gymkhana.
Where's
you a big
that?
fan of Indian food?
Yeah. Well, London's got amazing Indian
Gymkhana is the best, probably some of the best Indian food I've ever had.
Where is it, Gymkhana? And how do you spell it?
Jygymkhana. Gymkhana.
Okay.
It's a fancier establishment, but not like you can't get in kind of place.
It's not in Brick Lane or where all the
No. It's I want to say it's near it's in Marylebone. I want to say.
Oh, Marylebone. That's
yeah.
a fancy area.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's fancy.
It's nice.
Yeah.
But
Gymkhana, got it.
Man.
Yeah.
Like it's traditional North Indian, Punjabi kind of Indian food, but it's just like the best version of it all. Like your butter chicken.
Is Southern Indian more seafood?
Southern Indian is more seafood.
Tomato?
It's spicier. North Indian is more tomato based.
Okay.
If you're going to make a generalization about it, but
I'm not racist.
No. If you want to say it like that, no. It's
you want to generalize about
there's
a billion people's culture and food.
It's hard. It's hard to categorize because you'll get like North Indian seafood takes, or you'll get like a South Indian take on chicken tikka masala or something. But Gymkhana just does the best version of all the traditional things. Like tandoori chicken, it's the best you've ever had. The best butter chicken you've ever had.
Okay.
And I make it a point to go there. Like I try to get a reservation as early as I can before the trip. And
maybe I'll try it because my wife and daughter are going to come over. I'm there in a couple weeks. I leave Thursday for Oslo, and but I carved a week around my London show to coincide with my daughter's. It's New York City spring break or whatever they call it.
Yeah,
and so my wife, who also loves London, and we spent a lot of time there.
Yeah,
and daughter are going to come, and we're there for a week. So.
Yeah, check out Gymkhana.
I will.
It's incredible. I haven't gone to Dishoom yet, which is like the other.
I love Dishoom, but it's really buzzy but you have to go with a bunch of people, and you have to get the whatever they're famous for, like their 24-hour cooked lamb thing, and they bring it in, and it's sort of like pulled pork type of thing where you get tongs, and everybody sits around, and it's fucking amazing.
My friends love it, but the friends that have gone to both are like Gymkhana's better.
Dishoom is like they just had the one spot, and then it just blew up, and now they've got like 5 different, and it's a bit clubby and scene-story, you know what I mean?
Hear.
But I haven't been since I went to the first one shortly after it opened, but it's really good.
Oh yeah, I will try to go when I'm out there if I have the time to do 2 Indian spots. I'm only there for 2 nights. Before I fly to my friend's bachelor party, but I'm waiting for Dishoom to open in New York. Hopefully, I think there's the rumblings that it's going to happen.
Oh, really?
But
it seems kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, but right now, have you been to Dhamaka yet?
No, I haven't. But
oh
I've heard,
man,
yeah, I've heard
that's my favorite Indian restaurant on the planet.
Those folks who opened up Dhamaka fairly recently opened up a place in Park Slope.
Masala Wala.
Masala Wala. Have you eaten there?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's good, but it's not my favorite because each one of the restaurants, Sema, Masala Wala, Ada, and Dhamaka are different variants, and Rowdy Rooster are just different variants of Indian cuisine. And Dhamaka is probably, they have like, this is our North Indian thing, this is our South Indian, this is our Mumbai, this is our, because there's a billion people, so they have from all the different regions. Masala Wala is, I think, I'm not even sure what specific region they're pulling from, the inspiration, but it's not my favorite, but it is good. Of all of them, Dhamaka is my favorite, Sema is second, Ada's third, and then Masala Wala is fourth, and then Rowdy Rooster is just like, I've had it twice, only to have my white friends who go there like cry over their spice levels, you know?
Oh, I can't do there used to be, it might still be there on 6th in the East Village. You know, what used to be like a, Indian Row.
Curry Lane,
Curry Lane, and just, I mean, but now it's not really like that. But there was this place that opened up, and it was, they were the first ones to have the challenge, right? If you can eat, it starts with a P. What's the dish that's super spicy?
Paneer?
No. It was like a PH. Is there a word with that starts with PH in
Hindi? I'm not sure. I speak Gujarati.
Urdu, maybe, I don't know. But it was it's not pho. That's the Vietnamese soup. It's okay. It doesn't matter. But so there was this thing, and they had the people on the wall, and you get a T-shirt and whatever it is, and you get
the Tums.
And I went with John Benjamin, and we were like, let's do that challenge. And we were going to split this, and it was excruciating. I probably the 2 of us did not finish half of the dish. And I probably had, I'm going to say, 5 or 6 bites, and I felt it for the next day and a half.
The brutal.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And I don't know why you would do that to yourself.
It's like, who are you proving anything to? Like my friend, when we went to Rowdy Rooster has 5 spice levels, right? It's like 1 is good. I can go up to 3. 4 and 5, they're just like, are you sure, dude? Are you sure? And my friend had the 4, and he's like, just blood red, sweating.
Oh, that's the other thing is because I got no hair, and so when I eat, when I get into the that spicy level, which is maybe 3, where it's like that's not just a little heat, but that's a lot of heat. I mean, I just start pouring, and if I were to go to 4 or even a couple bites of 5, I'd just be drenched.
Your body is saying you are
raining from my head.
You are being poisoned. You need to stop whatever it is you're doing. Dhamaka used to be like that. Dhamaka, because the chef is a purist, and Chintan is a purist, and he's just like, all the food that you would get in India, like you can't say, like, can you make it mild? Can you make it medium? Can you make it spicy? It's just like one consistent spice level. And when it first opened, it was a slightly higher level of spice than where it's at now. But that was just like, this is what we eat. This is how spicy it's supposed to be. And you would just see people like, trying to power through the meal. It's like, it's fine, I got it. Even me, I was just like, this is hot. And my wife is like, this is woo-wee. I'm like, yeah, but this is what it is. But it wasn't like painful, but it was spicy enough to be like registering.
And also not, it stops becoming enjoyable.
Yeah, no, it remained enjoyable. Like I swear that the paneer methi at the Maca is like the best paneer I've ever had.
Okay.
Man, I can't say enough about it. Like my friends have the one small piece of celebrity that I have. I can get into a lot of Indian restaurants, and so we've been to all of them.
That is a small slice of celebrity.
Yeah. We've been to all of them, and Bungalow's great. Sama's awesome. Kanyakumari can hold its own, but the Maca is just like.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about it.
No, it's great.
And at any time I pass by, it's just slamming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep talking. Go ahead. I'm gonna look up these.
It's gonna bother you, the pH thing?
Well, that I'm not gonna get, but I mean, as soon as we're done tape. But I want to make sure I've got because I said the wrong title of a book.
Oh,
Vertimart. VERTIMARTE is the deli in New Orleans. And I'll give you all that jazz. Oh, I'm going to tell you what it is. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. This is exciting. This is what it looks like.
That looks painful, but
a medley.
You bring that on a plane?
A medley. Oh, yeah. Grilled ham, turkey, and shrimp, Swiss and American cheese, grilled mushrooms, tomatoes on French bread with our wow sauce. It's
ham and shrimp.
I'm telling you, man. I am telling you, it's fucking good.
They must have a nice bathroom.
No, I mean, there's no bathroom. It's just like it's in the back in the. And now I'm gonna look up grilled. I want to get these things right for everybody. Grilled cheese, London Burough Market. Here we go. Kappa Casein Dairy. This is it. So this is all KAPPACASEIN Dairy. And it's just a tiny little thing.
I'll text myself right now.
Here's the rich, melty goodness of high-quality cheese. Every bite is warm, satisfying, and packed with flavor. Simple yet expertly crafted. And so here's some pictures of the. So that's what the thing looks like. It doesn't look like
that. Looks really good. That looks standard.
Yeah, but you can see how small it is. It's this place.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. It looks like just outside.
Yeah, there's no place to. It's just the. And look, that's where the guy makes the sandwich. That's it.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, it's really good, and it is worth the wait in line for sure.
Florence has a few places like that. That's just like a hole in the wall spot, but lines out the door. They actually opened one in Soho now, actually in West Village.
Sandwich place?
Yeah, Del Antico, I think that's the name of it.
Okay.
Very good sandwiches out of Florence. The line's like always out the door, fresh meat. Like the bread is always perfect.
What kind of sandwiches is Florence known for?
I mean, I would always get like the do some kind of like not baba ganoush, but like pureed eggplant with mozzarella cheese, just on a piece of I don't know, it's not focaccia bread, but it might be. And then some kind. I don't even know what the cream that kind of pistachio cream or something.
Oh yeah. When mortadella.
Yeah, man, it's just killer.
I got another sandwich for you.
Here we go.
All right. When you go to LA. Okay, so this is. It is now jumped into my top 10.
Okay.
It's actually right down the street from the Headgum studio in LA, where I'll go like twice a year to bang out a bunch of these podcasts with LA folks, and it's called La Sorda's. But it's like Tommy Lasorda.
Sounds familiar.
It's on Sunset, dude. The mortadella sandwich with the burrata pistachio cream on their homemade bread is fucking insane.
La Sorda's.
It's on Sunset. Wait, here we go.
Oh, Chanel just texted me.
Tell her what you're doing. Lasortids. So it's like Lasorda, but it's L-A, like capital L-A, and then capital S-O-R-T-E-D-S. This is it. Tiny. There's no place to sit down. You just order it. Go to a window and order it. And yeah, trust me on this one, man. The mortadella sandwich is ridiculous. Is this it?
Shonali says hi and asks, why haven't I been on your podcast yet?
Tell her I was waiting to interview you and I wanted to start the podcast by talking about somebody that no one else knows for 10 minutes. And now that's established. People are going to know who Shonali Bowick is. They can Google her, of course. And also, she... tell her all this. And kind of like my sister, maybe it's a Southern thing, I don't know, but is basically the mayor of wherever she goes. She knows everybody loves her. And like whenever I go to back home in Atlanta, and my sister still lives there, and everybody's still there, but I mean, everywhere we go, Wendy will know somebody, or somebody will know Wendy. Like, and I'll meet people in like Sacramento, like, oh yeah, I know your sister. You know, like she's really, you know, very extroverted and social and stuff. And
sounds like my sister.
Now, earlier you said your sister is better than you in every way. How is that?
She's like very congenial. Everyone loves her. She's super smart, very accomplished. Just like,
what does she do?
She's an attorney.
Does Shonali know her?
Yeah, Shonali knows her too.
Okay.
Of course, they're probably faster friends than they're
the same. But it's like they're the same person.
Yeah, it's like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, like just outgoing, loved by everybody, nice, like intentional with everything that they do. Really inquisitive and curious and like empathetic. Just everything.
Yeah, all good stuff.
Everything you'd want a person to be. You know,
everything you'd want a Republican to be.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. And also just super supportive. A rock in every single way.
Yeah, my there's 3 kids in my family, and the middle sister Wendy is the glue of the family. Yeah, for sure.
My sister is too. Like she's like text me, make sure you remember mom and dad's anniversary, like all that kind of stuff. And I'm like I'm very, I think first child of and son of immigrants, in the sense like I'm like not standoffish, but I'm very much like I'm bad at showing how much I love my parents, whereas my sister's just like on top of everything.
What do you think that is?
I don't know.
I mean, do you think it has something to do with firstborn versus secondborn?
I think it's a lot. It's definitely a lot to do with how much pressure that was put on me as a kid.
Was it like typical
immigrant, like you got to be a doctor kind of thing,
right? You got to study and
all that nonsense. And I'm sure there's also tons of like PTSD from all the other stuff, like my uncle and aunt and how I was raised in that regard. But when it comes to...
Wait, what do you mean?
I just witnessed a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't have.
Like what?
Just violence.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But...
Like man-on-woman violence?
Correct.
Right.
Which is weird because no one's a cop in my family, but it was...
No, wait a minute. I don't want to let that slide. That took like a second and a half to register.
What's it called? Like with my immediate family, I think it was always just like a lot of poor communication of love. You know, the love languages are all messed up. Whereas my sister somehow kind of bubbled above that and became this like very strong, smart, sensitive person. Whereas I'm in my own regards, like working on those things, but she is the
So
embodiment.
you think it's a combination of being naturally repressed and also learned repression?
I think that's a fair way to think about it. I think when I talk to my therapist, it's always like I feel one thing and then I feel bad that I feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, oh, you were probably in your life, you were taught to, if you feel angry, it's probably not a good emotion to feel. Or if
Right.
you feel sad, it's not a good emotion to feel. So that's learned behavior. And because of that, everything else is impacted by that feeling that you need to kind of repress your emotions.
Right.
And I would take pride in my ability to be stoic in a lot of situations, but really it wasn't stoicism in its like full embodiment. It was more just like, I was just like, no, I'm not supposed to be mad, so I'm not going to
Right.
be mad kind of thing. But that,
Well, it's good that you're seeing a therapist that they've observed that, and
Yeah.
you can know that at least.
yeah, it took a while for that to kind of be
And-
peeled back, but
And what about your wife? What's her personality?
she's hard on her sleeve.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know how she's feeling
yeah.
at all times. And she's just like a very simple as reductive, but just very clear about how she's feeling and communicating how she's feeling. And quite sensitive too.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, if I'm feeling something or beginning to feel something and I don't know it yet, she'll be like, are you okay? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I have a extremely similar situation with my wife, who is very. I mean, for me, I don't want to say she's too open and verbal and quick to do all that stuff, because that's not. It's. I think she's doing the right thing,
Mhm.
the right way, but it's not something that I do that comes easily to me, or I'm comfortable with. She's very open. Like, her mom is, counselor and stuff, and they had a talking stick that
Oh, really? Yeah, okay.
they would, that I've been a part of, where you can't talk unless you're holding the talking stick, can't interrupt, and and I come from a much different situation, and that's why I asked, because I think there are some similarities there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, my wife is just very clear on how she's feeling and very communicative how she's
Mhm.
feeling. Whereas I'm,
Yeah, and they have to dig it out of you, coax it out. Yeah,
it takes me.
there's a lot of the word "fine" is used a lot.
Yeah. It's and I think a lot of that also comes from my parents are also. My dad is definitely that way.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't. It's never been communicated in my family to this day, but I'm sure my dad has some kind of trauma from running a liquor store and like being robbed and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's never been spoken about. It's just
Right.
kind of, oh, he's going to the garage.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Have a sip of whiskey.
Let's bring it back around to the Johnny Walker Black.
Yeah. Oh, that's this therapist. We got it. I remember when I started therapy, telling my dad, like, hey, you should probably go to therapy. He was like, I'll talk when I need to talk. I'm like, all right, that's what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. He said, well, I got to talk to anybody.
Yeah, that's that generation, probably culturally,
Mm-hmm.
and they're first generation, yeah, or your first generation.
I'm first generation. Yeah. They came. My dad came in from India in '79, I think, and my mom arrived in.
Were they
81.
married?
No, so
they didn't know each other until
no,
they
they
met
didn't
in
know each
America.
other until here.
Mhm.
My mom got married super young when she was 22,
Mhm.
and that she got divorced, I think, when she was like 25. I want to say 26.
Is there a lot of divorce in India?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a lot of divorce in India, but I do know that, at least from my parents' situation, that divorce was a lot very taboo.
Yeah, I guess that's why I asked. It doesn't seem like culturally it's got that old school, you don't get divorced.
Yeah, my mom's situation is
At least older
crazy.
generations, I guess.
My mom's situation is kind of crazy. I don't know what the correct tense is, but like she was married almost like sight unseen kind of thing.
Yeah.
When her older sister got married, my mom I think came back to India for the wedding, and I should know this because she told me the story not even too long ago. And my grandpa, her dad, was like, "Oh, so you're getting married, and this is we've already kind of talked about this." And my
God.
mom was like, "Okay." Like almost.
That's her first mistake.
Yeah, I think it was like the same day as my aunt's wedding, and
That's
it was nuts. It's a crazy thing. My grandpa, for all his positives, was also like a very traditional guy. It's a Brahmin priest, which I guess meant something like in terms of the caste system or whatever.
Right.
And my mom's like darker skin, so that was always like played on my mom's emotions, and with my grandma and grandpa with her and how they treated her. And so my biological parents,
crazy.
my mom and dad, my mom and father, they got married, I guess, when my mom's like 22, 23. And then I was born in 86. And I think my mom got divorced shortly thereafter. And then she remarried a few years later to my dad, who the only father figure I've actually known. And it's our wedding anniversary very soon. So whatever.
A long time.
Yeah. 35 years they've been together. So yeah, I think I would call that what year is that? I don't even know. 1990 or something, right?
The gift, I think, for 35 is, I think it's sag paneer.
Yeah, they've got plenty
in the Indian custom, you get sag paneer for your 35th.
We had our anniversary dinner last night. They came over to hang out with the kid and all that kind of stuff. So my dad had a giant burrito. It's like, this is a big burrito. It's like, yeah, that's how they do it here in New York City.
Another sandwich-ish thing.
And my mom had some Mexican salad of some sort, and a day full of playing with their first grandkid.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I don't think a divorce is definitely not a open thing.
Right.
In the Indian community, at least in my Indian community. And it's not, I think on this next tour that I'm going on, I'm going to start talking about it because the family's obviously now as a family man, it's starting to play a lot in my in my head.
Right. You've got about 2.5 years, maybe 3 before you're going to have to answer those questions is it a son or daughter? Daughter. Yeah. I was so hoping that my daughter was gay, but I don't think she is. I was just thinking how much easier life would be for her, being in New York, and if we were in, Kansas, no, right. But being here in Brooklyn, like I was just, because also I don't know if you've thought about this, but I know what shitty people boys can be and men and just, I don't want her to go through that stuff.
She's how old?
8.
8 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was hoping that she might be gay, but I don't think she is.
I don't know if nature or nurture plays a bigger role, but if you can nurture it, I'm definitely trying. With my daughter at a very early age.
Well, she's grown up around a lot of lesbian couples and love. A lot of my sister's gay. And we have several good friends who are gay, and they come and they, crash at the house and stuff. And so it's not, anything that's abnormal or weird or whatever. And not that was a conscious effort. Like, I also as as a male dad, just being like when she gets to that age, like I don't like it.
You can be a hawk, huh?
Yeah.
I got it.
Because guys are shitty.
No, yeah, we can be bad people.
Single-minded. Liars.
Yeah.
Users.
Yeah, you've got a few years you can still put in some work.
It's gonna I did
You're not sending her to an all-girls school?
No. No, she just goes to public school down the street. It's great. It's fucking awesome.
You're in Park Slope?
No, in Clinton Hill.
Got it. Okay.
And her school is great. And she's doing really well. And it's very diverse. Like there's just one thing I've learned from the New York City school system is holidays that I didn't know really existed, because there'll be a day off on a Tuesday, a random Tuesday or Wednesday somewhere. So they get Lunar Chinese New Year off, and they get Diwali and whatever the Egyptian. What the fuck's wrong with me? Eladia? I can't remember, but it's I don't know, a Persian holiday. I don't know what it is, but it's like there are all these random things. Like when I was growing up, it was just Christmas.
Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur.
Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur were not holidays. They were, you would have an excuse if you were Jewish because you had to go to temple.
Right.
But it wasn't like here you get it off, but you also get, Chinese folks and there's a Persian holiday, and then there's, Is
it Nowruz?
What is it?
Nowruz?
No.
Okay.
There's one that starts with a E that I'm like.
Eid?
E. Is that it?
Is Eid? Eid is a Muslim holiday.
That's it then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the start of Ramadan or the end of Ramadan.
Yeah. So all these, so I've learned, I didn't do a good job of retaining it, but you're like, oh, there's no school on Thursday. Well, why? There's an Irish kid who has to sign whatever.
Sick,
I don't know, whatever it is.
There's DEI.
There's a
for all the days off.
There's a girl from South Sudan, and so the whole city takes it off.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm with it. I'm looking forward to that. I used to live near Clinton Hill. I lived in Fort Greene for a little bit. Regrettably moved to downtown.
Where are you now?
Downtown Brooklyn.
What made you move down there?
Well, when we had our kid, I was going through sleep deprivation, and we were in this like very nice house, but there was a few flaws with it, and I was just fed up, and I made an irrational sleep deprived decision to be like, let's get the hell out of here and move to like a high rise and
I see,
and all that. And in hindsight,
I will say this: I live in a brownstone, and before that, the last, I don't know, every place I lived in New York, except for the first year I was here, was varying degrees of a apartment building where there was, like big, building, and there's somebody to take your mail, and there's somebody to fix, there's a super, and owning my house it is nonstop pain in the ass stuff, and there's nobody to call. You just have to figure it out and do it yourself.
Right.
Everything, literally anything that happens. The only thing we didn't have to worry about was when like several years ago, the pipes froze. There was that crazy polar vortex thing, and there was like somebody doing construction, and they didn't turn the water off or something, and the pipes burst and flooded a bunch of houses, and they took care of everything because they were liable, obviously.
Yeah.
And outside of that, everything has been like, you got to deal with everything.
Yeah, I mean, we were very fortunate in the house that we lived in, but I didn't realize how fortunate we were until leaving it, But
what I'm saying is, with now that you have a new kid, it's being in a building. It's going to be just that you can call a super and go, hey, that's worth.
Yeah.
That's worth a lot.
There's a lot of positives to where we're at. We got a gym in the building is life changing for us in the sense like the other gym outside of the house we 15-minute walk back. So time wise away from a kid and all that, it's just like a lot that half hour adds up every day plus the gym time itself. Whereas now it's just like 2 seconds upstairs, 2 seconds downstairs. But I'll never give up space again.
Right.
We went down in size and like, my daughter just started like army crawling. And there's only so many times you could like make her do a lap from here to there and then from here back before you're like,
right.
I gotta get a bigger house. Like I need more space immediately. I don't know what I gotta do.
Oh, wait till she's got to run around.
Yeah, I don't know what lottery I gotta win.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to work my ass off to get us a bigger spot. So,
but your wife's an attorney, right?
No, my wife works in real estate. My sister's an attorney.
Oh, sister's an attorney, right?
My wife is a real estate agent in the city. She's been off for a few months, obviously now, but hopefully going back to work pretty soon.
There's money in that.
Oh no, for sure. But it's going to be a lot more money to get us a bigger spot,
right?
Than where we're at, so that my daughter can have some space or like bite the bullet.
You got a little time.
Yeah, bite the bullet and move to some suburb, but I'm trying to avoid that at all costs.
What about Queens?
My wife is averse to Astoria or like I want to move to, if we move to a house, we go to like Forest Hills, but that's also like insanely expensive, right?
Right.
Everything's just crazy expensive.
Well, it's going to get way cheaper now that Trump's president.
Yeah.
You'll pay less for eggs.
Yeah, for sure. That's all we eat.
As I understand it.
That's how tariffs work.
Yeah. I just got back from Canada last night, and I did 2 weeks there, and they are understandably like pissed off, and it's a strong vibe. And I went all from the east all the way west, and they're just like, not at like me individually or you or anybody, but they're like, what the fuck? What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Did you get a sense of a strong anti-Indian sentiment?
Not at all, no.
Oh, okay. Because from all the stuff I see on Reddit, there's a lot of anti-Indian immigrant angst going on in Canada. Okay. No? Okay.
I mean, I think maybe if there was, it's completely supplanted by Trump and tariffs, and I mean, it's completely. I mean, it's a trade war. The second word is war.
Yeah.
and people are like, we didn't ask for this. We've been friends. We've had an open border. We've been friends for 150 years, but you're going to decimate our communities, and the friendliness is over. We still like the people, but fuck your country. And they're booing the national anthem, and they've got this thing, elbows up, which is a phrase meaning like in hockey to start to fight.
Yeah.
And so there's like T-shirts and things, elbows up, and Canada's not for sale, and like a lot. There's a strong, very strong sentiment because it's like this unnecessary thing where they're like, why are you fucking up our? I mean, okay, you're going to fuck up your economy, but why are you fucking up our economy?
It's I don't know the long game of this guy, nor do I understand.
I mean, it's based on like 19th century economics.
Yes,
the tariffs stopped for. I mean, he keeps citing William McKinley.
Yeah,
the last president who had tariffs. Like the world was a completely different place and operated in a much different way in the late 1800s. And also, let's not forget, he is a phenomenally accomplished bad businessman.
Yes.
He has bankrupted companies. Casinos, airlines, his fucking steak thing. He was successfully sued and had to settle because of his Donald Trump University because it was a scam. And his businesses, even his real estate business, I mean, until he became president, and then it was all, graft and stuff. But he's a failed Trump cologne, Trump board game,
Trump Bibles.
He's a failed businessman, and then he's going to apply that to what was the strongest economy on the planet in history when he took office a second time. I'm going to say that again. The strongest economy in history in this country when he took office.
Right. And now we're fighting Canada.
And we're fighting Canada.
Right.
Nimesh?
Nimesh. Yes, sir.
All right. I fucked it up twice now.
It's all good. I don't care.
Oh, because I was going to put the accent on Esh. Nimesh.
Yeah.
So it's
Nimesh. Yeah.
Do you mind if you change the spelling of your word to N-E-E instead of N-I?
I'll do that for you, David.
Okay, thank you.
David.
That'd be what?
I'll do that for you, David.
Okay. Well, that's in Hebrew. All right. You just made a lot of people speak Spanish and a lot of Jews who are not paying very close attention go, okay, I end every podcast with a question from my daughter. And you can feel free to answer this in any way you choose. All right. Why does water put fire out?
Water deprives the fire of oxygen. And because fire needs oxygen to continue its chemical process of combustion, and water blocks that oxygen, consumes it, and by doing so, puts the fire out, I believe.
All right, so you're going to qualify it at the end there.
Yes, I hope. I hope that's right. Is it? I don't know, Chris, can we look that up?
That sounds sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, it
scares the fire.
It's a bully. Water is a bully.
Yeah, fire hates swimming. That's why.
All right, Nimesh, thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you very much for having me.
Have a good time in London.
Thank you.
And LA.
Thank you very much. I'll check out Los Sordids. Oh, next time you go to LA, you gotta go to Pija Palace.
I've been there.
Oh, I love it.
They have, that's right down the street from Los Sordids. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's they had one of the just such a good idea, and I want to try to make it my own. I don't know how, but they have a lime chutney, which is one of my favorite things. I fucking love lime chutney.
Okay,
and I will just. It's one of those like kind of spicy things that I'll just eat and eat and eat because it's like addictive. They have a lime chutney aioli, and it's just the flavor.
Yeah,
there's no texture to it outside of aioli. It's like that kind of creamy, saucy thing, but it's the flavor of that spicy lime chutney, and I would just So Pija Palace.
Pija Palace. Yeah. Phenomenal concept, incredible execution of a Indian American bar fusion food. They got like
it's weird. It's a bit sports bar-y.
It is, which is weird. Bar. Yeah. The guy is a big sports head. Avish is the owner chef.
But it doesn't go quite well.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Concept.
It's kind of weird how they did it, but people go. I think last time I went was last April or May. They're playing the F1 race.
Yeah. It was packed when I was there.
Oh,
I just grabbed a seat at the bar.
Yeah, it's always slammed, but it's so good. Their Malay, I don't know, it's not Malay, maybe it's, but whatever their pasta dishes, their dosa onion rings are incredible.
Dosa onion rings.
It's so
good.
Oh
shit.
Yeah, they're fucking banging.
Have you eaten at the dosa cart in Washington Square Park?
When I went to NYU, we would eat there.
That guy's great.
Yeah.
And there's a dosa place on, if you lived in Fort Greene, there's one on
Dosa
DeKalb.
Royale, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I did not go there, but bringing back to Shanali, when my wife and I, a few years ago, we started doing like the food crawls, and we would go, try different foods at different, just have an app here, an app there, that get drunk and all that. And Shanali joined us for one of the first ones, and we went to, I think she recommended it, this South Indian dosa spot on 21st, right near here. I forget the name of it, it's in my phone somewhere, but incredible variety of dosas, every single kind.
Yeah.
Because they use different grains or different mills of different grains to make their dosas. And
you mean the actual wrap, the dosa, not the filling, but the actual dosa?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah, the texture and the flavor.
I've only really had the standard.
No, there's a lot.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the fillings are also incredible.
Yeah.
But Shanali recommended this one that we went to, and it was, and it's all vegetarian food.
Right.
I highly recommend. It's right around here, so the 20th and Lex or 23rd and Lex. Not
okay,
too far.
Cool.
But yeah.
Oh gosh. What were you saying? Dosa. Not to keep bringing it back to. Oh, have you eaten at Omar's on Vanderbilt?
No.
Okay.
I've never even heard of it.
It's Indian. It's supposed to be good. It doesn't look like it's going to be that good. And they have Indian pizzas. And I don't know. I was just curious.
No, I've never been there. My go-to order spot is India Table. It's on Court Street in I guess Cobble Hill area. Yeah. But that's Goan Indian food.
And Goan, is that southern?
Goa is a northwest island off of India. It used to be colonized by the Portuguese. So they got Portuguese influence in their food, but it's so good. Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
Check it out.
Goa is usually seafood, right?
Yeah.
And you have Goan shrimp, I think they have.
They have a lot of lamb dishes from what I recall. But I always get the chicken stuff. Chicken chetanad and all that. But yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Banging.
Nimesh.
Yes, sir.
Patel.
David Kroos.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man.
That was a Headgum podcast.